My family is Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. I live in Brazil. I play a little soccer, not so much. And I grew up in Brazil, also in England, and in the United States and Canada. I have my life in these countries. So before we start, can you please ask me questions, or let's have a little conversation before we start with the English lesson. So, who wants to ask me questions? Don't be shy. Yes. Let me go there because I cannot hear. Pardon? Spanish. I can communicate. I can because Portuguese and Spanish are pretty. In Brazil we speak Portuguese too, but because we are surrounded by Spanish-speaking countries, we end up using Spanish as well. Yeah. So I can communicate in Spanish. Yes.
What will your purposes for visiting different types of countries?
Say that again?
What will your purposes for visiting different types of countries?
Good question. Well, that's a very good question. Well, I run a school in Brazil. I'm a school principal in Brazil. And, well, my family is very international. So, we use English in my family because part of my family is American, part of my family is Brazilian, part of my family is European. So the lingua franca is English in my family, in part of my family. This is one point. So I end up traveling a lot because of family and because of education. I studied journalism. I studied business diplomacy and business management in other countries, in different countries. So I travel a lot because of my family, because of academic life as well. And also because I run a language school in Brazil. It's very important to travel so I can get new ideas, new insights for my work. Nowadays, this is the main point. Sure. Well, in Brazil, my soccer team in Brazil is Palmeiras. My soccer team in England is Manchester United. Fisher?
Yes.
Manchester United. And for this year, yeah, World Cup is this year.
Yes, sir.
Of course. Because people are not talking so much about it, right? People are not talking. So I think Brazil has great possibilities. Pardon me? England? Yeah, my teams, my favorites are always England and Brazil. But in the last World Cup, I liked the Netherlands. Oh, they were very. I thought that they would win. I thought they would win.
So you are going with Brazil?
I'm going with Brazil, even though Brazil kind of disappointed me. A little bit.
What about Argentina?
I love Argentina.
The biggest rival.
But there is a kind of rivalry between Brazil and Argentina. You know. More questions or comments?
We have great welcome here.
Thank you.
We are feeling very grateful have you here.
Thank you.
And my question is, coming here to go to any spiritual places, and how do you feel?
Thank you. I've been to India before. I went to India 20 years ago. This was my first time in Nepal. Hajjend invited me to come. He's been inviting me for so many years. This year, I made it to Nepal. It's a very interesting country. I like the way you have this nationalism, this strong sense of nation that you've got here. Like your products, I see a lot of Nepal everywhere. You have international companies here, of course, you have internationalism, yes, but I feel a lot of national identity here. So that attracts me a lot. And the way people here are friendly, lovely, the way people here are always somehow trying to help. The sense of community that you have here is very strong for me. I see it. The sense of community, one helping. Until now, I have been to a lot of places like downtown, city center of Nepal, and also the Royal Palace yesterday. We took a long walk inside. It's beautiful to see how the history of Nepal. And I've been, then I went to a yoga center, Raja Yoga Center also. So I've been doing, this is my third day here, and I've done a lot of visits to places around. Thank you. Yeah? More questions or anything?
Is being a teacher was a first choice or do you have any other choice?
If I have other what? Interest?
Is being a teacher, principal is your first choice or do you have any other choices? Your aims?
In terms of what I do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm a school principal. I'm a journalist. I'm a teacher. And I also practice Kung Fu. So Kung Fu is my, I'm going to start soon to teach Kung Fu, Wing Chun, Kung Fu Wing Chun. So, did I answer your question?
Is your first choice being teacher professor is your first choice or do you have any other aims? So like I have aim to be an army officer, but in second choice I want to be a teacher also. So
Do you have any other choice? My second choice for apart from teaching.
yes.
That's a good question too. That's a very good question. Let me think. I graduated, I'm a journalist, but I think that my second choice would be to be a journalist, to work full-time as a journalist. Nowadays, journalism is just a hobby for me. Thank you. More questions or comments? Yeah, all done?
So, like you have said that you have been to different countries and your family is from different parts of certain places. Then may I ask you what your nationality is? Your nationality.
My nationality.
Where you were born?
I was born in Brazil, and my nationality is Brazilian. I'm a
Brazilian?
Brazil citizen.
And like you have said that you have been to India 20 years before, then actually what is your age right now?
What's your what?
Your age. Your age. Your, how old are you?
How old am I?
You have been
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Okay, how old do you think I am?
Maybe 30, 31.
40, 41? Oh my goodness, good. I'm 47.
Ooh.
47. Yeah, I've been around. Thank you. More question or comment?
You are a journalist, sir.
Let's do one. Can you reflect from my phone too for a second?
you have also chosen your profession as a journalist, and you pursue this journalism. What do you think this makes the people different than journalists? What is that special this make a person journalist?
What makes people different? What
Yeah.
makes a person special, for example? Yeah.
Being a journalist, being among the all people, what is that thing? This makes the person a journalist, a perfect journalist. What do you think about that?
Well, it's okay. Thank you. I wanted to record his question. Did you record him? So let me check if I understood your question. You're asking me because I have a lot of experience as a journalist, traveling a lot, etc. You're asking me what makes people like what attracts me people in terms of their specialities. Is that right?
Journalist. What is the specialty of journalist?
Specialty of what?
Journalist.
Journalist. Yeah. I understand. Well, I concentrate a lot nowadays on travel information. So I like to talk a lot about the places I go to and to show people, to interview people, to talk about people. So sure. So this is my specialty at this moment because I run a school. I don't have so much time to practice journalism. But the specialty is essentially on education and on people. Did I answer your question? Yes? What? So what is our objective here today? Our objective is to practice a little bit of English. Here, everybody can understand this conversation, right?
Yes, sir.
Because English for here, I really find it very interesting. Because here in Nepal, English is a kind of an extension of your language, right? So you always speak English. That's very interesting. And at the same time, you preserve your language. It's lovely. Nepalese, it's a beautiful language. I wish you could learn a little bit of Nepalese too. I think I'm going to start learning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the objective here, I was talking to the agenda, is today we will observe the English language, see how it works. And you all are in this institution, this educational institution. And Nepal is a very international country. So Nepal talks a lot to different countries all the time. Nepal does business with different countries all the time. The army of Nepal is very respected everywhere. So you establish a very strong international relationship with other countries. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's today observe a little bit more the English language and see how we can improve this international communication. So when you travel, you understand a little bit more, you understand a little bit more too, and how to establish a strong sense of communication. What do you think? Let's work on this? You like the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I have traveled a lot, as I told you. So I have listened to different sorts of accent and pronunciation in English. I've been to India, I've been to Argentina, I've been to Germany, Canada, Nepal, Jamaica. No, Jamaica, right?
Yes, sir.
Bob Marley, I've been to Jamaica. I've been to France, Portugal, England, all the UK. In the UK, I've been to all the countries there. Scotland, mainly. So I have listened to different sorts of accents everywhere. And we have have different ways of speaking English. You have the regional kind of accent. So if you go to Scotland, you will listen to people talking there in Scottish.
Was it?
Sorry, in English, but with a strong Scottish accent. But if you go to the United States, you have another accent. Nowadays, because of what's the call? International call centers, for example. What is the biggest difficulties for people abroad in terms of call centers? Understanding. People have big difficulties because we have a lot of variations. Yeah. I have a lot of variations. So 3 weeks ago, I had a problem with a piece of equipment that I have. Then I called the device company, and then I was talking to somebody from, I think, Sri Lanka, in a call center. She had difficulty to understand me, and I had difficulty to understand her. So we spent a call that should take 2 minutes. We spent about 35 minutes trying to solve the problem because we couldn't understand each other. But it is normal, it is natural, because we have this variation. In the UK, people from England sometimes have difficulties to understand people from Scotland. Right? So, for us to avoid this type of problem, let's talk about standard English. My English is not American. My English is not, even though I grew up speaking American English, my English is predominantly American. But I lived in England for so long that my English now is a mix of American English and British English. You know what I mean? And because I have traveled a lot, I had to learn how to speak clearly so everybody could understand me. Can you understand me? Okay? Do you think my English is clear?
Yes, sir.
It is clear.
Yes.
I think that this happens because it is a consequence of traveling too much. So I had to make sure that other people understood me. This is called standard English, and it's easy for people to understand. In Nepalese, we have some letters, some sounds that don't exist in English.
Yes.
And in English, we have some sounds that don't exist in Nepalese. The same as in Portuguese. For example, the TH sound, we don't have that in Portuguese. So I think, this is for Brazilian people, this is a difficult sound to make. Then, I tell my students in Brazil, if you cannot make this sound, if you cannot say I think, if you cannot put the tongue like this, pronounce it like a T, I think. It's better than nothing, right? This is one point. But because sometimes Brazilians cannot make some sounds, I tell them, make a context so other people can understand you. For example, I think it's important to travel. If you see that it's difficult for the other person to understand, think because you are Brazilian and you have difficulty with the sounds of TH, say, in my opinion, it is important to travel. Then it will make it easier for the other person to understand. We should always be worried about checking if the other person can understand us. And this This is the so-called standard English. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's go through some examples. I think it would be interesting to turn off this light. Is it possible to turn off this light specifically?
Iya, boleh. On गर
Okay. Oh, now the computer is.
भयो भयो
Probably the light is connected to the projector. So more questions or comments?
डन भयो भयो सर
Okay, that's coming up. Okay. पछाडिको त बत्ती बाल्नु भयो त्यो हो That's good, yeah?
सर्टकटै हान्दैन त यार हजुर यत्रो छ त यहाँ साउन्ड सिस्टम
Okay, I will play this video. It has no sound, but I would like you to take some notes. When the video finishes, you have to tell me something, some observation about the video. What the video is about, whatever comes to your mind, tell me about it, okay? I will play the video. Okay, one more time. These videos are from BBC, okay? That's fine, one more time. So before you tell me about your notes, let's practice the pronunciation together, okay?
Okay, sir.
So remember, our main objective is to speak English in a way that other people can understand us clearly. Right? And because you're very young, probably so many of you will start working your careers, will travel, or will welcome visitors from other countries. So it's very important for Nepal to have this communication, international communication skills strong. And you too, you agree with me? Because then you can exchange knowledge better. So let's work on the pronunciation. I say and you repeat, okay? The tiny golden mantella frog. Okay? Frog.
Frog.
Okay. So, some people say frog, and some people say frog. In Scotland, they say frog.
Frog.
You know?
Frog.
It's a little strange, but it's correct. Sure. Frog. I say frog.
Frog.
So look at the difference. Saying like this. Oh, this is frog.
This is frog.
It's different from saying this is a frog. You see the difference?
Yes, that one is understandable.
Exactly. You know. So if I don't pay attention, if I'm not so worried about making people understand me, I will say, oh, you're a frog. You're a frog, right?
Yeah.
But if I am worried about making people understand me, I will say, this is a frog. Strongly.
Yes, sir.
Clearly. Right? Repeat, frog.
Frog.
Okay. One of the most
endangered
animals
animals
in the world.
in the world.
Okay, very good. So here, as you can see, we have the letter R. So this letter R is very important. World.
World.
Then we have the letter L. The letter L is also very important. So we say world.
World.
Yeah.
World.
So the secret for this word is to pronounce the letters R and the letter L. World.
World.
So the tiny golden mantella frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world. Okay? So now you read together, respecting the pace of everybody. That's right? 1, 2, 3.
The tiny golden mantella frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world.
No, again, it's a challenge. We have to read together.
Okay.
It's a challenge. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3.
The tiny golden mantella frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world.
Oh my goodness, that's much better. Much better. Let's go on. It's not so good yet, but it's better than before. Let's try one more. It's hard, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Let's try it. 1, 2, 3.
The tiny golden mantella frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world.
It's like some people are finishing the sentence and some people are in the middle. You know? Hard, yeah? Is it a hard task?
No.
Let's try one more time. That's good. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go.
The tiny golden mantella frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world.
What do you think?
It's better than before.
Now it was very good. Yeah? Guys, when I think of Nepal and animals, I imagine this big tiger. You've got tigers here, right?
Yes. Bengal tiger. We don't have lions in the forest, but
Double the number of the tigers.
Latest 10 years, we have the number of tigers.
Really?
That is the new division.
You know, in Brazil we have the Amazon region. Have you ever heard of the Amazon region?
yes, sir. There was a huge fire.
That's a big, like traveling the Amazon in Brazil is only for very brave people.
Snake Island as well.
Sorry?
Snake Island.
Yeah.
खै, अब लाइभै गरेर राखिदिन्छ छोड्ने
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK are injecting them with harmless
fluorescent silicon.
silicon, fluorescent silicon. Fluorescent silicon. Okay? Let's try?
Yes.
Let's try? That's a challenge. 1, 2, 3, go.
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK.
No. 1, 2, 3, go.
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK are injecting them with harmless fluorescent silicon.
Nice. I got your strategy. I got your tactic. Military people. Scientists and it's just everybody like following the pace of the march. Now I understood the strategy. The marching technique. That was a good one. Okay. That's a good, you were very intelligent. This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild. 1, 2, 3, go.
This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild.
No. 1, 2, 3.
This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild.
Now you nailed it. You nailed. And learn more about the frog's forest habitat in Madagascar.
Madagascar.
1, 2, 3, go.
And learn more about the frog's forest habitat in Madagascar.
That's cool. That's cool. They hope it'll help create a bright future for these colorful creatures. Bright future for these colorful creatures. 1, 2, 3, go.
They hope it will help create a bright future for these colorful creatures.
Hey. Very nice.
You guys are nailing it. Huh?
Okay. Very good. So now I need a volunteer. Who can be a volunteer? Okay, I think he raised first. You first. Then you come next time. Okay, you come too. You come too. You volunteer. You too. Okay. You have more air. So now you imagine you are journalists. You are journalists. And you have to report to us, you have to tell us what this video is about. Okay? Making sure that the person who is sitting there in the last row can hear you. Number one. Number two, making sure that the words are pronounced in a clear way. Right? So, you say one sentence about the video, you say another sentence about the video, and you close with comments or whatever. Okay? Let's go. This time.
So it's the video about how the scientists are preserving endangered species.
It's about the golden medical product. You told that, scientists are preserving our
Golden Mandela frog.
frogs and amphibians.
Only frog.
Elephants, right? I don't know.
Okay. Well, you did very well. Congratulations. You got the information very precisely. That was very good. Congratulations. But now let's try to do it one more time. I want it a little bit clearer. Sure, you can take a note if you want. You want to take a note too? No problem. You don't need the notes? Okay. So remember, the objective is to make the person who's sitting there, the last one there, hear you very clearly, very well, and make sure that everybody understands what you're saying. Okay? So let's go again. Just start and then you and then no problem. I want to record the video with you saying hello Brazil.
Okay, so.
I want to show this video in Brazil, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So, you guys there sitting on the back, you please tell me if you can hear okay or not.
Yes, sir.
You will be my supervisor.
So, well, this video is about how the scientists of a zoo in UK are injecting a harmless silicone product into the amphibians frogs, which are the most endangered animals in the Madagascar forest region. And after this result, it will help to know about their habitat, the frogs' habitat and their living conditions.
Did you hear okay? Yeah, is it okay? Is it okay to do something like this in Brazil, in Nepal? Is it okay? Yes. Because in some countries you cannot do this. Here it's okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Was it okay? Yes. Okay, now you can do it. You can repeat information, no problem.
I can repeat it.
You can repeat if you need.
So, hello friends. This video tells us about the golden Matella frog, which is endangered in this world. Now, a scientist from UK had injected fluorescent silicone so they can survive in Madagascar habitat.
Was it okay? Could you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
The golden, sorry, The tiny golden Mandela frog is the one endangered animal in the world. So, scientists of gesture from UK injecting harmless silicon to track the amphibians and to help them.
Hello, Brazil. Hello, Brazil from Nepal. Can you stay here? Like, yeah, three of you. This. I was not recording.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
It's you are recording.
Yeah. Now I was recording what should not be recorded, right? Thank you. One. Okay? Namaste. Namaste, Brazil. Namaste, Brazil.
Yes. Namaskar, Brazil. Namaste. Namaste, Brazil.
Namaste, Brazil from Nepal.
No, because it was a mess.
Just synchronize it.
Namaste, Brazil, okay?
One second.
Okay.
Namaste, Brazil from Nepal. Something there.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. No. Not yet. So, what do you, but thank you so much. It was beautiful video. People in Brazil will love it.
Thank you, sir.
They will love it. Thank you so much. You guys have a very strong sense of spirituality. It's very good. In your opinion, the information was clear? Who thinks, raise your hand, who thinks the information was 100% clear? Like, you listened, you understood everything that they said in a very nice way. Raise your hand. Can we improve? So you believe it can be improved? It should be a little bit better?
Yes.
It should be better.
Yes, sir.
Let's work it again. It was very nice. It was very good. But let's make it better?
Yes.
Okay. So who thinks, raise your hand, those who think they have to practice a little bit more to make it a little better? Who thinks, raise their hand.
Man. You just say
Okay.
no.
Who believes that they should do again better? Okay. Who believes here that it's not necessary because it was 100% nice, it was perfect? Okay. So
Majority wins.
So I speak and you repeat. So one sentence per person. The tiny golden mantle frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world. Speak very clearly for them to hear that.
Tiny golden tarantula frog, one of the most endangered animals in the world.
We are so proud of you. Very nice, right?
Yes, sir.
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK are injecting them with harmless fluorescent silicone.
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK are injecting them with harmless fluorescent silicone.
Very nice.
Wow.
I just suggest one thing. Here, pronounce this a little bit more separately. Chester Zoo. Zoo, not Chester Zoo. Okay? Let's go one more time.
Scientists at Chester Zoo in the UK are injecting them with harmless fluorescent silicone.
Yes, perfect.
This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild.
This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild.
They're going to be journalists for the army. You want to hear one more? Okay. One more time.
This allows them to track the amphibians in the wild.
And learn more about the frog forest habitat in Madagascar.
And learn more about frog forest habitat.
Wow, very nice. Again? One more time. A little bit louder and clearer.
And learn more about the frog forest habitat in Madagascar.
Okay, very nice. Good try, very They hope. Now, here we have three types of pronunciation. For example, it's possible to say it'll help, That's one possibility. The second possibility is it will, like no teeth, it will. And the third possibility is it will. Okay? So they hope it will help create a brighter, right. They hope it will help create a bright future for these colorful creatures. See, we have creature. Good night. Thank you.
They hope it will have create a bright future for these colorful creatures.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay. So now let's try one more time telling the story. In a way that you convince them, when they finish, we will vote if it was 100% clear and nice to understand or not. Okay? We will vote again. What is the secret? What is the secret? The secret is to project your voice in a way that you make sure that everybody can understand. This is communication technique. Right? When we are talking, we make sure that our voice is projected. Number one. Number two is we have to make sure that the words we are using have emphasis, so the information is interesting for other people to hear. Okay? Let's start again. So we talk to them. Who is the first one? No, you are the first one. Yeah, you're. As you did before.
So this video is about how the scientists of Chester Zoo, they are injecting the fluorescent silicon, harmless fluorescent silicon into the body of the amphibians frog, which are very in danger, and they have the habitat in the Madagascar forest. And it will also help to get to know more about the habitat of the frog.
Oh, nice. So this video tells us about the tiny golden metallic frog, which is endangered in this world, had injected a fluorescent silicon by scientists from UK Chester Zoo. So they can survive in the Madagascar habitat.
Very good. Very good. Now you close.